Human nature is so complex, and there's so many different angles and perspectives and hidden motivations and secret agendas with human nature, people in denial of who they really are, or giving you a face that doesn't represent who they are as a core person deep on the inside, the secrets they hide. In this particular topic, we're going to speak about something very uncomfortable, but it happens. People who see you as a resource, as a utility, and nothing more. And what hurts the most is when it's a family member or a very close so-called friend. So this segment is titled, "Why do family members feel entitled to your money when family borrows money and never pays you back?" This can include close friends, and this can include people who act as though they're your friends, but they show their behind after they get what they want. And in that case, it's a good thing because they can never come back, and you'll continue to thrive. But there's a special kind of pain that comes when a stranger steals from you. But there's even a deeper pain when the people who share your bloodline, your memories, your holidays, your tears, and your trust slowly drain you financially while pretending that nothing is wrong. It is a wound that many people carry silently because they're ashamed to admit that the people closest to them are the same people using them. Too many good-hearted people are suffering in silence because they were raised to believe that helping family members means sacrificing themselves without limits. The worst part about this kind of abuse is not always the money itself. Money can be replaced, no doubt. The deepest damage comes from betrayal. It comes from hearing promises that were never kept. It comes from being manipulated by people who know your heart. These individuals study your compassion. They learn your weak points. They know that you do not want to see anyone suffer, especially someone you love. They use your loyalty as a weapon against you while pretending they're victims. Many people who constantly borrow money already know before they ask that they do not plan to pay it back. That is the ugly truth many victims do not want to face. They may speak with emotion. They may cry. They may talk about emergencies, hungry children, rent problems, broken cars, health issues, or overdue bills. Some situations may even be real. But the manipulation begins when they repeatedly create a cycle where your money becomes their backup plan instead of learning responsibility and discipline for themselves. What makes this even more painful is watching those same people suddenly appear online showing off new purchases, expensive meals, vacations, jewelry, designer clothes, electronics, cars, or even property investments while acting as though they never borrowed a dime from you. The same people who claim they could not survive without your help somehow finds money for everything except paying you back. Then, when confronted, they become defensive, angry, offended, or disrespectful. Suddenly, you become the villain simply because you asked for what was promised to you. This kind of financial manipulation destroys relationships slowly. It poisons trust. It creates resentment. It creates anxiety every time the phone rings. It turns birthdays, family gatherings, and holidays into emotional battlegrounds because deep down inside, you know you are being used. Yet many people continue giving because they're afraid of guilt, rejection, conflict, or being labeled selfish. The manipulators understand this fear very well, and they use it like a skilled hunter uses bait. Most financial predators inside families and close friendships do not begin with large amounts of money. They begin with small requests to test your boundaries. It may start with gas money. It may start with grocery money. It may start with help paying a phone bill or helping with rent, just this one time. They often speak with humility in the beginning because they are studying how easy it is to gain access to your emotions and finances. If you respond quickly and generously, they mentally register you as a reliable source of money. Over time, they stop seeing you as a loved one and start seeing you as financial support. This is where the relationship quietly changes. You may still think the relationship is based on love, loyalty, and respect, but in their mind, you have become a safety net they can exploit whenever life becomes uncomfortable. One common scenario happens between siblings. A brother or a sister constantly calls with emergencies. Their lights are about to be cut off. Their landlord is threatening eviction. Their child needs school supplies. Their car needs repairs. You help because you care. But months later, they never mention repayment. Instead, another emergency appears, then another, then another. Every conversation eventually becomes connected to money. When you hesitate or ask about the previous loan, they'll suddenly say, "I can't believe you're acting like this over money. We're family." Sounds familiar? Many of us have gone through it. That statement is emotional blackmail. Family should never mean unlimited access to your wallet without accountability. Real love respects sacrifice. Real love honors promises. Real love does not manipulate guilt to avoid responsibility. Another painful scenario happens between parents and children. Some parents believe that because they raised their child, they are automatically entitled to endless financial support no matter how irresponsible they behave. There are grown adults whose entire lives are financially controlled by parents who constantly create chaos and emergency to keep their children emotionally trapped. Every paycheck becomes a rescue mission. Every success becomes another excuse for the parent to demand more. I thank my Creator that I never had parents like this, but it is true. It's very much true, more than what we realize. Then there are close friends who slowly become parasites disguised as companions. These are the people who always need help but somehow are never available when you are struggling. They vanish when your bills are due. They disappear when your car breaks down. They become silent when you need emotional support. It's not always about money, but the moment they need money, they know exactly how to find you. These individuals often become masters at creating emotional urgency. They know how to make you feel guilty for saying no. Many caring people were raised to believe that sacrifice equals love. They were taught that saying no makes them selfish. They were trained from childhood to ignore their own needs while carrying everybody else's burdens. Because of this conditioning, manipulators recognize them as easy targets. Financial manipulators also rely heavily on shame. They make you feel guilty for protecting yourself. They may call you greedy. They may say you've changed. They may accuse you of thinking you are better than them. They may even involve other family members to pressure you into giving more money. Suddenly, the entire family acts like you are the problem because you refuse to continue funding dysfunction. This is where many victims become emotionally exhausted. They are paying their own rent, managing their own stress, dealing with inflation, trying to survive, and still carrying the financial weight of irresponsible people around them. Meanwhile, the manipulators continue living recklessly because they know somebody will rescue them from consequences. A person who constantly saves irresponsible people may unknowingly help destroy them. That seems harsh, but it's true. Some people never grow because somebody always cushions their fall. Some people never learn budgeting because somebody else pays their bills. Some people never become disciplined because emotional manipulation keeps on working. The financial manipulator studies emotions more than finances. They pay attention to your compassion, your guilt, your fear, and your loyalty. They know when to cry. They know when to flatter you. They know when to make you feel sorry for them. Some even create fake urgency because panic makes people act emotionally instead of logically. Many manipulators also avoid discussing previous debts because they hope time will erase accountability. They may change the subject when repayment is mentioned. They may disappear for weeks. They may become offended or angry to intimidate you into silence. Some even attack your character because they know guilt is a powerful weapon. There are also manipulators who perform success publicly while privately owing everyone money. These individuals may post luxury lifestyles online while secretly drowning in debt. Social media has made this behavior even worse because people now compete to look successful instead of becoming financially responsible. It becomes insulting to watch someone who owes you money showing off expensive purchases while pretending they forgot your sacrifice. The manipulator depends heavily on your silence. The moment you begin setting boundaries, the relationship changes. Suddenly, they accuse you of changing. Suddenly, they become distant. Suddenly, they speak badly about you to others. Why? Because boundaries expose people who benefited from your lack of boundaries. The first step is accepting the truth. You must stop lying to yourself about people who have repeatedly shown you their behavior. Patterns matter more than promises. If somebody has borrowed money 10 times and never repaid you once, that is not forgetfulness. That's a pattern. The second step is removing guilt from the equation. You are not evil because you protect your finances. You are not selfish because you want peace. You are not wrong because you refuse to continue funding somebody else's irresponsibility. You have bills too. You have dreams too. You deserve stability too. The third step is learning how to say no without explaining yourself endlessly. Many people weaken their boundaries because they over-explain. A simple, "I can't do it," is enough. You do not owe a long emotional speech every time someone demands money from you. Expect resistance when you stop giving. Manipulators often become angry when access is denied. Some may insult you. Some may try to embarrass you publicly. Some may attempt to use relatives against you. Stay calm. Stay firm. Do not argue emotionally. The louder they become, the more they expose their dependency on controlling you. Another important step is separating genuine emergencies from chronic irresponsibility. Life happens to everybody. Sometimes good people truly fall into hard times. But when emergencies become a lifestyle, manipulation is usually involved. A person who never changes their habits but constantly expects rescue is showing you that they value access to your resources more than your well-being. You may also need to stop discussing your finances openly. Some people become targets because everybody knows they are responsible, hardworking, and financially stable. Manipulators often watch successful relatives closely. The more people know about your income, savings, investments, or business success, the more likely certain individuals will appear with emotional stories and financial requests. One of the hardest parts of escaping financial manipulation is surviving the emotional backlash afterward. Many people feel guilty at first. They feel anxiety when they stop answering calls. They feel uncomfortable when family members become cold or distant. But this discomfort is often the beginning of freedom. You must understand that healthy relationships can survive boundaries. Relationships built on access to your money usually cannot. The truth hurts, but it also reveals who truly values you as a person. Sometimes distance becomes necessary. Not hatred, not revenge, just distance. Some people cannot be close to you if they only see you as a financial resource. Loving somebody does not mean allowing them to drain your peace, your bank account, and your emotional stability forever. Financial peace is emotional peace. Constantly rescuing irresponsible people creates stress that can damage your sleep, your health, your marriage, your goals, and your future. Many hardworking people remain trapped financially not because they do not earn enough money, but because too many people are attached to their pockets like parasites. Helping somebody temporarily during a crisis is one thing. Becoming somebody's permanent financial lifeline while they refuse accountability is something completely different. One comes with compassion, the other becomes exploitation. A loving person must learn the difference between kindness and self-destruction. You can love people without financing their bad habits. You can care about family without becoming their personal ATM machine. You can support people emotionally without sacrificing your own stability. The people who truly love you will respect your boundaries. They will understand your limitations. They will appreciate your sacrifices instead of feeling entitled to them. But the manipulators will become angry because your boundaries threaten their access. In the end, many people must accept a painful truth. Some relatives and close friends do not love you for who you are. They love what you provide. They love your usefulness. They love your resources. The moment the resources stop flowing, their true character becomes visible. Far too many good-hearted people are living under financial pressure because they are afraid to disappoint family and friends who continuously exploit them. This cycle destroys peace quietly over time. It creates emotional exhaustion that many people carry for years without realizing how deeply wounded they have become. No person should feel trapped into giving money out of fear, guilt, or emotional manipulation. Love should never feel like financial slavery. Relationships should not depend on how much money you can provide before somebody respects you. The moment you begin protecting your peace, your finances, and your emotional well-being, some people will accuse you of changing. They are correct. You are changing. You're becoming stronger. You're becoming wiser. You're refusing to be emotionally controlled any longer. There comes a time when every person must choose between endless manipulation and personal freedom. That decision is not easy, especially when family is involved. But continuing to sacrifice yourself for people who repeatedly disrespect your kindness will eventually destroy your spirit. The strongest thing a loving person can sometimes say is one simple word: no. Not out of hatred, not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. Because your life matters too. Your future matters too. Your peace matters too. Never forget that. On this topic, we could have gone on and on and on, but I think I got to the point. Let me know if you've ever had to deal with a situation like this. Hopefully, after hearing these words, you won't let it get you to that point where you start to feel guilt or shame for not giving up money. That is inconsiderate, that's cruel, and very disrespectful, no matter who it comes from. Anyway, let me know what you think. LanceScurv out. On to the next one. And as always, I wish you nothing else but peace.